So, my question to you is, what are you holding on to? What is that critical inner voice telling you that is holding you back from achieving your goals or keeping you from becoming a better version of yourself? So, I truly hope that the message I'm sharing inspires and motivates you to improve your life. Now, let's get to the point. Welcome back to another episode of ToDaPoint podcast, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. The topic of today's video is you are your worst enemy. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone was explaining something to you and you heard every word and you understood every word, but it never clicked? Today I had a realization that that inner critic voice is not me. The thing is, growing up from childhood to an adult, we experience different things in life, and some of those things, especially the negative things, tend to stick with us. And what ends up happening is that we develop this critical inner voice telling us negative stuff whenever we feel like we did something wrong or when we made a mistake. And it dawned on me today that I like me. That inner voice is not me. I'm a good person. I have good intentions. I will never ever deliberately do something to hurt someone. So my question to you is, what are you holding on to? What is that critical inner voice telling you that is holding you back from achieving your goals or keeping you from becoming a better version of yourself? Is that critical voice you're hearing, is it you or is it something that someone once said to you and you decided to believe it? Because here's the thing. Technically, words have no power when it comes to if someone calls you out of your name, for example. It only has power if you choose to let it in, if you choose to believe it. So are the things you're telling yourself when you made a mistake, are those things really yours or are they things someone once told you? Think about that. Really let that sink in for a minute. And that's what I mean when I say you can hear those things, you can read about those things, but if it never clicks, you will never understand it. Usually what's holding us back from achieving our goals and dreams, ambitions, are the things we say to ourselves. If you say to yourself, you will never achieve anything, of course, you will never ever feel the feeling or motivation to actually get things done, right? To even start, for example. On the other hand, if you speak energy, power, and positivity into yourself, this will really help you to start taking action to move you towards your goals. Anyway, my point of the story is this. Be aware of what you say to yourself. Usually, we don't have enemies or people that are holding us back. Usually, we are our worst enemy because we are the ones telling ourselves we can't do something. Another realization. If someone did something to you 2 years back and you still let that thing influence you in a bad way today, you are still holding on to that thing. It means that you are keeping it alive. Now, I'm not saying that that poor behavior of that person, whatever they did to you, is acceptable. That's not what I'm saying. But you can choose to drop it instead of carrying it with you years and years after it happened. Because that way you are letting it hold you back. A beautiful example is a story I once read, and it's about two monks traveling together, and they came across a river, and at that river there was a woman. Now, if you know monks, they are not supposed to be in contact with women, so no physical contact, right? But one of the monks wanted to help the other woman cross the river, so he had to pick her up, carry her on his back to the other side. The other monk witnessed everything, and when they reached the other side, that monk told the other one, you know, we made a vow not to touch women, right? And the other monk turned around and said to him, I set her down on the other side of the river. You are still carrying her. Now, this illustrates a beautiful example of we usually carry things with us that have happened a long time ago in the past. That means past hurt, resentment, and other things people have done to us. By doing so, we only hurt ourselves, because I can guarantee you that other person that did whatever they did is sleeping very well at night, and you are the one staying awake, ruminating about things that have happened years ago. Again, I'm not saying to agree with what happened, but letting go is something amazing because it can really set you free. And one thing I realized is that because I used to internalize when someone shows me poor behavior, is that how that person behaves says more about them than it says about you. So it is meaningless carrying that hurt, resentment, anger, bitterness too long. And by ruminating, repeatedly thinking about it, thinking about the past, you are the one keeping this thing alive. And if it's something negative, it's only going to harm you in the long run. It is a choice. And some things are so extreme that it's not easy to let go of, and I understand that. But you still have a choice to do something to be able eventually to let it go. So stop being your worst enemy. Let go of things that have happened. Sometimes it takes time, and that's okay too. Or therapy, that's also okay. But stop standing in your own way. If you have a goal, if you have a mission and a vision, go for it. And the thing is, before I end this video, if you want different results, you have to start doing different things. Also, you have to create a new identity for yourself. And one way to do this is to, let's say you want to get in good shape, right? You want to lose some body fat, and you tried a couple of times and it didn't happen, right? You need to start thinking as a person who has already accomplished that thing, right? What does a person in good shape do? They go to the gym on a regular basis. They try to eat as healthy as possible. They track their macros or calories, right? So to get different results, you have to try different things and start identifying as that person. This is not something that will happen overnight, especially if you've lived an unhealthy lifestyle for the majority of your life. So you need to lose that instant gratification mindset, right? Not everything happens just like that. So it's important that you realize that if you want to make that change, you have to change your identity also. Anyway, that was the video for today. I hope you found value. If so, leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you in the next one.